recorded. I do try my best to kind of preserve people's privacy. There's just no more privacy anymore on the internet. Victor and people who've been with me for a while know that I try very hard and say that don't say anything that your grandmother wouldn't want you hearing. But the reality is, with all these autopilots and with all the AI that's on here and with all the recordings that are going on, I can't guarantee it, nor do I want to try. So what I would say to you is, if you've got corporate secrets, please don't tell them, because they might be stolen by someone evil. And while that might warrant a righteous spanking, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to try and get some ideas out to all of you. This is really cool. We're talking about content, making a content machine with AI. This is a meeting that I'm going to readdress on an ongoing basis. This is REIGNation. We are REIGNation. It's an ongoing mastermind group that I have with typically real estate agents from all over the country. But in this instance, this content for AI does apply to almost anyone. So with that said, we're going to get started with what new tools are going on in the AI world. This stuff, they're adding literally hundreds of new apps per day. And so for anyone to claim that they could keep up with this, very plain and simply, they are lying. They simply can't. But what we can do is start feeding great stuff to one another as it does come out. And I do hope that all of you who might be something that I don't know about will jump in and say, hey, Ed, you forgot about this. And I'm like, okay, great. That's what the whole idea behind this meeting is really to collaborate, share, recognize that if you are in sales, particularly in real estate, the same problems that I have in Boca Raton, Florida, is likely a very similar problem to what Victor will have in Southern California, or Harry will have in DC, or in any of the number of places that we actually have going on here. Let's see, we have someone in the waiting room. I thought the waiting room was unlocked. Give me one more second, guys. Again, sorry, don't attempt to adjust your television sets. This is just Ed trying to figure out how to use this darn thing. Yeah, the waiting room's open. Okay, so that said, let's get a couple folks here. If you speak, just please let us know your name and who you are. Who's using AI for some cool stuff? More than just prompts they might have put out. Has anyone done anything as of recently that we can share or borrow from? I'm about to throw you some of my tricks and prompts, but I would love to hear about some of yours. Oh, we got Dina. Dina, like, listen, the little finger going over here. Dina, tell everyone who you are, where you are, please.
Hi, I'm Dina Ulrich, and I'm actually on Ed's team, and he has been inspirational as far as using AI. Because I used to be an editor in my old life, and I'm very, very good at reviewing stuff, grammar, that kind of thing. But I don't love coming up with original material. I always feel like I'm stuck. And I needed to write a letter to Circle Prospect, an entire community around a listing that's not moving quite as quickly as I would like it to. And I went into AI and I just wrote something along the lines of, I'm a realtor. I would like to Circle Prospect to an entire neighborhood and see if they have anybody who might be interested in living there also. That they should contact me. I didn't write anything terribly specific. And I said, I need a 3-paragraph letter to send out. It, in 10 seconds, wrote me this beautiful letter that I edited a little bit to make it a little more personal, sound a little less AI-ish. And it sort of got me off the ground rolling. That's how I look at AI. It's not going to replace me or professional writers or anything, but for me, it's a good jumping off point when I feel like I'm stuck.
Good. And we're going to go through just a couple of things here. Maybe some of you, thank you, Dina. Always pleasure to see that you're embracing the stuff that we're bringing on. I'm going to share my screen. So was somebody jumping in? Ferris Bueller? Anyone? Okay, let me jump this. I'm going to jump in and I'm going to show you a prompt. I shared it with Jonathan for one of his groups just yesterday, and it's a prompt that I wrote. I really do like it, and I like it because of this. I'm assuming that you want to influence somebody, whether you're in sales, as most of us are, selling real estate. My belief is, and what's worked for me as a farmer who sells real estate, right, not a physical farmer, but somebody who sells real estate in a real estate farm area, in something where there's 732 homes in my immediate community. I found that everybody loves to eat. Everybody wants to go out to the fun places. And I wrote this prompt, and I'm going to demonstrate it to you right now. It's the local restaurant blog prompt. You need to, and this is what I'm going to do. Oops, if my mouse doesn't wig out. Sorry. Here we go. So what this prompt does is I'm directing the AI to act as a lifestyle editor to a fun and hit magazine. I'm going to give you the name of a local restaurant. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do this not for me, but to prove the effectiveness to somebody that I've never spoken to before. Does anyone in the group here want to give me the name of a local place that they might love? Anyone here at all could actually say, hey,
The Oak.
pick me.
The Oak, Edmund.
Okay, that's Alexander. You want to just tell everyone who you are and where you are?
Alexander Parker, Southern California. Douglas Elliman.
Douglas Elliman Real Estate. Great. Okay, so Alex, help me out here. What's the name of the restaurant?
Oak. OAK.
OAK, Oak. Oak Restaurant?
Yes.
Is it just Oak Restaurant or Oak?
Just Oak. Well, it's Oak Restaurant. So yeah, you could do Oak Restaurant.
Okay, but you just want it called Oak?
Yes, because that's what they've got plastered everywhere.
Okay, so now we direct the AI to say something like, just call it Oak in your blog. Okay, now, do you know the address by chance? Or if you don't have the address, just give me the...
I have the address.
Okay, give me 1 second.
No problem.
Okay, what's the address?
1100 South Coast Highway.
South Coast Highway, okay.
Number 202.
Number 202.
In Laguna Beach, California.
Okay, now let's take a look at this. We're going to go to their website, Oak in Laguna Beach. I hope they have a website. Okay, good. So now what are we going to do? Oh, it does not look delicious. I'm so hungry. That's great. Okay, where is About Us? Menus, catering. Is there an About Us section? Of course, you're giving me the hardest one to actually cut and paste something. They've raised money, which is great. Come on, Ed. Menus. Catering. Okay, so it's a very visual, intense planet. Okay, so are they more of a catering restaurant or what would you say?
No, they're actually a really well-known restaurant in Laguna Beach, close to the water.
Oh, shit. Hold on. Again, guys, don't adjust your television sets. This is just Ed trying to get this together here. Okay. Okay, so while I do this, Alex, why don't you just tell me a couple things about the Oak?
Beautiful views across the street from Laguna Beach, the water. What else?
What kind of food?
Great
What
service.
kind of cuisine?
It's all over. So they do, fine burgers. They do very good seafood. They even have, I think they have a sushi type of setup on there too, or ceviche type of setup. But great seafood, great American food, basically.
And then we could say Alex Parker, a friend, loves it. Okay, let me just do a couple of other things. I'm going to go back over here And one of the nice things is that you can actually use the commentary. Like here, we've got their reviews right here on their Google My Business page. So one of the things that I like to do is take reviews from people, and you could actually have that do the heavy lifting for you. So you can now put that in reviews, review 1, and post, and then we could go, if you notice, I'm not even reading. Review 2, we could correct this like right after. And I'm only going for 5-star reviews, right? Because from my standpoint, I just want to be the local expert of what's going on here in my area.
And Ed, I don't know if it would change your breakdown, but they do seafood and ceviche, but not sushi. So
Okay.
I'm not sure if that changes things.
Again, for the purpose of this, thank you, but for the purpose of this, I just want to get through it quickly. Again, you don't have to use it. I'm going to give a third review. Hopefully a longer one. Yes, fine, screw it. So we'll just go here. And okay, so therefore reviews. I might add my own commentary, say anything else. Okay, this is not the perfect blog because I didn't take the time out to do this. Is there anything else? Alex, give me 2 other points that I should make about the restaurant.
Great service, open late. Oh, great bar. They've got great bar and drinks.
Great bar, great drinks, great to take a date or a client after work. Okay, blah, 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 whatever it might be. Now, this is what actually, no, please write. So if anybody wants that prompt, what we will simply do, just send an email to Daniel at Bogan Homes. Daniel, if you could put your information up in the pitch, you could actually put this into your blog post, and you could change the way this looks. You could change all this, and if you notice, all of the commentary is just coming from what other people actually wrote. Now, if Alex had directed me to a site that was or to a restaurant that had more of a website with more of an information about itself, we'd be able to get more content to actually put out there. But one of the things that I like to post into this prompt is that Edmund Bogan, or in this case, Alexander Parker, is the local realtor who knows the area, blah, 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 blah. And now we could take this and actually put that content out there to be able to 10x the volume of interactions that we're having with clients. You're going to probably want to do this a little bit more carefully than I just did. Again, that took me a whopping 5 minutes, and you saw just how quickly I was able to produce content for all of you. Again, if you like the idea of a prompt like that, please send an email to daniel@boganhomes.com, and he'll send you my list of prompts. We're only going through a couple of them today. You know, that's just the kind of thing that I really like to try and do with these groups. So let me just see, who is this? Amit said, does anyone know of a good tool for making business cards? Marketing Blocks is not working well. Okay, this is the chat for everyone here. Anyone have some ideas for using an AI? Because personally, I do not.
I know that Canva has an AI.
So hold on, Ashley, to tell everyone who you are and where you are.
I'm Ashley Novak. I am in coastal Los Angeles. And I know on Canva, I haven't personally used it for business cards, but they do have AI on there. And I use Canva all the time to create stuff. So I would say check it out.
Okay. And Canva is now using stuff. You're able to actually integrate Canva with ChatGPT. Again, a lot of this stuff is available on YouTube. Did you know that?
I did.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like YouTube I like learn everything on YouTube. That's all I use.
Well,
personally.
and pretty soon I'm teaching myself Python. I'm a realtor, and there's no, I've not learned anything really new in a long time, at least nothing academic. So I'm trying to learn computer programming now. And I spend about an hour a night learning Python on both YouTube and ChatGPT. So it's something that it's become I'm a nerd. I mean, that's what nerds do. They like to tinker with stuff. I was the kid that always took the toaster apart. Alexander, did you have another question? I think you had your hand up.
You kind of hit on it, Edmund, because I was just going to reiterate with Ashley, because I went through a training, and if you download the Canva and connect it to ChatGPT, and you need to do business cards or Facebook ads or whatnot, it actually creates that and gives you the link in ChatGPT for it. We were using it previously, so
okay,
definitely
Awesome.
get that.
I appreciate that, guys. And Edmund, also, you probably know that ChatGPT can write the code for you in Python.
yes, I know.
Yeah, so I mean, I make code in ChatGPT all the time. I don't know how to code, but I'm a trader, so I use it to create codes for scanning and everything. Which is really cool. I do a lot of like financial modeling. It's not good at that yet. So I do. I've dealt with the real estate clients before to do financial planning and analysis and things like that. So still looking for a good AI that helps with finance, but I haven't found a good one yet. Except for IBM Watson, which is like $1,500 a month.
Okay, well, look, all the prices come down, and the opportunity, that's what this meeting is about, is to really try and unearth some stuff. I'm going to show all of you a quick video that I made just about an hour ago on a tool that I just learned about an hour ago. Basically, I was able to enter into this, what REIGNation is, my chat group, and it used stock footage. It's bad. It's not fantastic just yet. We need to make it a little bit better, but just keep in mind that with the words that I used, it came up with a 60-second video. Just watch. Or not. Okay, here we go.
Welcome to the future of real estate coaching. Welcome to REIGNation, a unique ascendancy program, not just another coaching platform. Picture this: 5 high-caliber Zoom mastermind sessions every month, uniting top realtors nationwide, dissecting the latest trends, strategies, and tech innovations. We're diving deep into AI-driven marketing, social media algorithms, advanced sales techniques you can put to use instantly. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. We offer comprehensive growth, from motivation and presentation skills to cutting-edge tech insights. All this without breaking the bank. REIGNation provides this high-powered package for only $50 a month. Looking to boost every aspect of your real estate career? REIGNation is your destination. Don't just witness the future, be the future. Join REIGNation. Be the realtor who sets the curve, not the one who's always chasing it.
Okay, so pretty choppy. Not ready for prime time. I would only talk about it privately in this group, but here's 2 things to think about. A, it was free. It was, 1, it was free, and 2, I literally just put written prompt into the AI and it produced that. What would make it better? Video that I could upload. All this stuff, this is just the first generation. And what, again, part of this meeting is all about is being ahead of the curve. So whether you sell real estate as I do, or whether you're in finance as Amit does, or whatever it might be, what I'm really trying to do is get all of you to think about the tools that are coming out there. In my last meeting, somebody went on a rant about the moral implications and about how it's unfair or there's ethics. I'm not here to argue that, guys. I really am not. We could think that it's unfair that there's a sunrise every morning as well. There's not a damn thing that we're going to do about it. But what we can do is learn how to put on some suntan screen. And we could do stuff to try and make things and make this experience a little bit better. That's what I'm really trying to do here. For the person that captivates and captures all of this, they're going to be able to win. Again, going back to what my goal is for all of you, if you're in sales, to 10x the content that you normally would have had. So if you're putting stuff that's out there using artificial intelligence, as Dina pointed out a moment ago, can really boost that level. I'm also going to also teach you about an acronym. I don't think all of you know. I've always wanted to be a great public speaker, and I've heard public speakers all come up with their own law or acronym, and I wanted to do that. I came up with Edmund's first law of CRAP, C-R-A-P. Capture, reward, automate, and plan. Write that down. Capture, reward, automate, and plan. You're actually always engaged in capturing leads, automating the communication with those leads, and constantly planning on how to reach out to them. I'm going to give you a quick demo here of one other thing that I'm doing now with AI. If I could get rid of this, here we go. On Facebook, I started a group, and all of you are welcome to check it out. It's actually a couple of groups I have, but one of them is called New to Boca Raton, Delray Beach, and the surrounding areas. And as you can see, this image is, I'm obsessed with golden doodles. This is not real. These were created on a AI called Midjourney. This image for today's meeting was created on Midjourney. This is real, I think, but a lot of the stuff that you're going to see here is not. And a lot of this content, I just found out that the Brightline is going to have a direct route from Orlando to Miami starting next week. So I quickly made a blog post using ChatGPT, and then I made a visual of a high-speed train that's yellow using Midjourney. And this whole prompt took about a minute for me to put this up. It's not had the highest level of engagement, but I will say this, that some of these, like Restoration Hardware has a great restaurant upstairs. This has had 450 people engage. And what was the more popular one I had? The dogs I just love. This was Rise and Shine National Make Your Bed Day. Again, it doesn't really matter what the content is. It just matters that you're actually putting it out there. And I'm going to show how this applies to all of you. This is a real photograph that I took at Holy Shakes.
Really interesting.
And this was the meat market is opening up, and that was a real picture that they used. But let me just show you something here. These are people that have just requested to join the group. When they join the group, I ask them the question, do you rent? Do you own? Are you planning to buy? And by the way, can I have your email address so that I could send you our weekly newsletter? And some of them actually put, posts in here. This person, Evan Katz, is a homeowner. They have been a member of Facebook for 16 years. Anyone want to have a guess as to why that's important from a salesman standpoint, why it's good to know? Just shout it out.
They're real.
Exactly. Thank you, Victor, in Southern California. They are real. We know that it wasn't a scam that was started 16 years ago, as many of these things are. This person just did not want the newsletter. Let me see. This is a homeowner, and they didn't put much more. Okay, so we only had one email address put up so far today, but here's the crazy thing. What I get each and every single day are people that put up their email address with a little note that says, yes, add me to their to the newsletter, and I'm planning to buy a home. Just think about that for a second. I'm a salesman, okay? Many of you might not like salesmen, but I'm pretty proud of what I do. I know that they gave me their email address. I know who they are, and I know that they're planning on buying a home, and I know that they're in my territory. That's what I want all of you to do. Rip this off and duplicate it. Create that for whatever business you might be in. Ahmed, I know you're in finance, so it might not work so well in finance because of all the regulations. But clearly there's a way to be able to mine opportunity. This very meeting that all of you are in right now. Many of you came from the Tom Ferry site. Many of you came from social media. Some of you are subscribers to my REIGNation group, and I'd love to get more subscribers into the group. So if you want to learn about that, please do send an email. Daniel, if you could put your email address up again, Daniel@Bogan love to be able to talk to you all about it. But the reason that we were able to bring you together today was somehow my content intrigued you, for those that are not with me right now. Somehow that made you say, I'm going to take time out from my day and go and see what the heck this guy's talking about. And you can either like it or you can't, whatever it might be. That's kind of the beauty of what we're really putting together. I'm talking too much. Any other questions? I'm going to go on with a couple other tools I'm learning about. But again, the only bad question is the one that goes unasked. So please feel free to ask away if you have some questions.
Are you having any issues with SEO with this stuff, Edmund? Because since Google and the others are talking about doing more tracking of what is AI generated versus what is human generated in their algorithms. So are you seeing anything with numbers on that kind of thing?
I've heard many people say both different sides of it. I know that there's a tech giant that speaks. His name's Jason Pantana, and a lot of you might have heard about him. Again, he does a lot of AI stuff as it relates to real estate. And he said that at one time, the content generated from AI didn't really matter, provided that it was useful content. Think about it. Google rewards you if you write commentary about other things. Forget how many times you get people making great comments about you on your Google My Business page. You could write a limitless amount of content and comments about your favorite restaurants, or if you had a bad experience at a restaurant. Google rewards you by elevating your Google My Business page. That's for another meeting. I mean, but I can tell you, I get phone calls all the time off my Google My Business page because they are rewarding it. So the short answer, or the long answer, Victor, is no. I'm not 100% sure whether whether we're getting a ton of penalties because of AI-driven content. Intuitively, I don't think we are. And I will also say this: the rules are constantly changing, which is why we need in these meetings quite a bit. The rules are constantly changing in the game of AI.
There are no rules, Edmund.
Yes, there is no fair anymore. There's a couple of other tools that I'd like you to think about. One of them is an AI called Martin, Martin. Anybody hear of Martin? Because I just learned about it last week. No? Martin is, where's Martin? Martin is an app on iPhone. Actually, let me turn off my filter here. Where is this thing? You'll see I've got a very boring background. There. So Martin looks like that. And I could say verbal commands to it. Like here, now I push the button.
Hey there, how's it going?
Okay, it said, hey there, how's it going? Good, Martin. I want you to quickly write a Facebook post about the importance of SEO in your marketing. Can you do that? Just a simple Facebook post that I could, you could email me and I could use. Is that possible?
Martin's being aloof.
Good. I'd like you to write a Facebook post about SEO as it relates to people in sales. Can you do that for me?
Sure thing, Edmund. Here's a quick draft. Hey everyone. Ever wondered how SEO can be a game changer for salespeople? SEO, or search engine optimization, isn't just for marketers. It's a powerful tool that can help sales teams understand what potential customers are searching for online. When you know the keywords your prospects are using, you can tailor your pitch to match their needs. Plus, a solid SEO strategy can drive more traffic to your website, increasing the pool of potential leads. Remember, SEO isn't a one-time thing. It's a long-term strategy that requires patience and consistency. But the payoff? A steady stream of qualified leads knocking on your door. So, salespeople, it's time to embrace SEO and let it work its magic. #SEO #sales strategy. Let me know what you think.
I think it's great. Thanks, Martin. Can you email that to me?
Sending notes to your email.
Thank you. Okay, so you just saw, anybody see the movie Idiocracy? The dumbing down of the world, how stupid everyone became. Again, I'm not going to talk about the moral implications of any of this. What I am saying is that there are tools that are available to you, to all of us right now, that if you use it properly, you're going to be able to 10x the volume of content that's actually going into your social media feed and to be able to target it. Now, what made me so gung-ho about all this? There's an elderly neighbor of mine She had a Facebook group. She's probably in her early 80s now. I saw her Facebook group. She has 100,000 followers. She has 100,000 followers. And I'm like, oh my God, like, how did she get 100,000? What was it? It was all content driven. It's a bereavement group. It's for people who lost their spouses. That's something that resonates. Thank goodness that hasn't happened here. But I could imagine that the content that she's producing resonates so well. Remember one thing about Facebook and all the other social media, they want to keep you there forever. They want you to goof off at work. They want to be able to keep you on there. And the content and the stuff that people were sharing was so popular among them. And of course, there's a real time thinking, how could I sell a house? But from your standpoint, if you could come up with the content that actually matters, that's something. And here's the good news. And I say this in almost every one of my meetings. There's something about you that I can't compete with. I'm not a woman. I never had a baby. I'm not a widower. I haven't lost a spouse. I don't have a disabled child, thank God. I have not broken my leg or been into a car accident. I'm not an alcoholic. I've got a friend who's very proud of his 20-year plus sobriety, and he gets almost all of his business comes from the program, comes from AA. Again, I'm not saying run out to an AA meeting. What I am saying is people work in tribes. People work in little silos of connections that they actually have. And the more that you could tap into this, my goal for all of you, aside from what I said, is to help you make content and make competition irrelevant. That's really a major, major point. One other thing that I've had, a lot of you have said to me, you know, Ed, sometimes you have a lot of witty comebacks. And I said to myself, I wonder if we could make ChatGPT come up with some witty contents. And the answer is you really can. ChatGPT won't be surly and obnoxious. They've got this whole higher, holier than anyone kind of thing. But there is an AI, please write this down, pi.ai, that is another one that's kind of blowing me away. It even has a voice that you could associate with it.
Glad to hear it. I'm always happy to play along, and I love stretch.
Glad to hear it. I'm always happy to. Glad to hear it. I'm always happy to play along. And I love stretching my creative muscles in a safe environment. So don't worry about me. I'm just having a good time. Just let me know if you ever want to switch it up and do some more constructive role playing. I can be the compassionate listener, the trusted advisor, or the wise sage if you like.
Okay, so that voice works pretty well for me. You could choose whatever voice you want, and we could throw something out. I had an obnoxious person say they would only buy a home from a woman and that men shouldn't sell real estate. By the way, that really happened to me. Now, I told them I'm going to break through that glass ceiling, but let's see what this says. Oh, mother. I've never had more interruptions. Sorry, guys.
So on this PI, what is like the difference between this one and some of the other platforms like Bard, ChatGPT, or Claude? Is there an advantage to this?
I think that this one's just fast. That's what I could say, is that it's super, super fast.
Yikes, that's some outdated thinking right there. That person's attitude is wrong on so many levels. Not only is it offensive to men and women, but it's also demeaning and ignorant. Are you looking for a response that calls them out on their views, or just a witty comeback? I could either take the high road and try to educate them on why their views are harmful, or I could go for a more lighthearted response that takes them down a peg. Okay, here goes. Wow, that's a lot of prejudice to unpack. Maybe you should start with hiring a professional organizer for your brain. I'm kidding, of course. But seriously, that kind of narrow-minded thinking is just silly. There are plenty of men and women who are great real estate agents, and they shouldn't be judged based on their gender. It's also just bad business sense to dismiss an entire group of people based on a single characteristic. You're missing out on a lot of talented people if you think that way.
Okay, so Amit, I think, was the one that was asking. I can't speak for whether it's better than Claude or ChatGPT. I'm just saying ChatGPT has been putting more and more restrictions on the kind of, like, when I said, can you give me a witty comeback or be surly or obnoxious, it refuses to be mean. It's the PC police. It refuses to be anything but its own vision of niceness. I'm not saying that we all have to be mean to one another. In fact, I'm a pretty nice guy if you get to know me. I am saying that it's good to dip. Yeah, Dina, you keep it to yourself, Dina. I saw that smirk. But I think that you can learn from, get different things from different tools. And yes, I use ChatGPT to write code. I just really want to learn how to write the code myself for my own.
See, I think with the Pi AI, do you know if it's connected to the live internet, or like how ChatGPT gives you that September 2021 cutoff?
Yes, I believe that is connected to the internet. You are able to get direct answers.
Okay, because Bard is connected too, but Bard is awful. If any of you haven't used it, don't. Yeah, I mean, it gives you the wrong answer all the time. So just be careful.
This is the Wild West. Just whatever we're discussing here is going to change, I assure you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I'm glad that we're all on it early, because most people are not even talking about this stuff. Like, and they won't be for the next few years. Which is really good for us. We get an advantage over everyone else. I do think that I don't know how they're going to keep funding all these. They're giving all these AI tools for free. I wonder what everyone's thought is on if these AI tools are going to have to start charging a fee, or they're going to give such basic services, like ChatGPT is getting, like they're like you said, the PC police, like they're getting more stricter and they're changing everything around, they're testing everything around, that it won't even be, the free version will be so bad that we're going to have to pay to get a good one. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
Two things on that, and I'm going to get to Harry in just a second. One, I'm being bitten to death by a duck. I don't know if all of you are too. I've got so many little subscriptions that it's like quack, quack, quack. I spoke to my accountant about it. We got to laugh that there's so many little expenses, and I feel you. On the other hand, $20 a month is nothing. It's a pimple on an elephant's ass. I mean, it really is. It's just a tiny bit of money to actually spend if you really are legitimately in business. Spend the money. Who cares? It's like there's going to be a cost of doing business. If not, then, I mean, if you're jonesing for it, there's always the free model. And how they're going to be profitable, again, it's getting into the questions that I can't really predict. I just know that Uber lost money for years. They finally announced they had some profits. Amazon was losing money. Again, maybe I'm older than some of you. Was losing money forever. Amazon it was 12 years before they saw any profits. So I can't speak for what's going to go, but at the heart of it, I am a capitalist, and I look at this and I think the free market is going to dictate what will be the prevailing winner. I do think that if you like this type of stuff, you should subscribe to REIGNation to keep up with all this type of things. And that's my commercial pitch for the day. Harry, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
I can. Tell everybody.
Great. Harry Moore, Washington, D.C. metro area. I heard an interview with one of the founders of Pi, and the theory, what they're aiming for, it's in beta now, but they're going to make it a personal service. So it's going to be subscription, and basically there's going to be like a wall around it. So it's your personal, catered to you service.
Sure.
So it's free now, but it won't be for long.
It's all these things are going to have various levels of subscription. All these things are, again, it depends upon what you really want to use them for. For me, it happens to be marketing and training, corporate training like this. For me, it happens to be, I see this as something that if you're in real estate today, or if you're in sales and you embrace this, you could skyrocket your career. You really can. There's just so much more that's out there to this if you just start to embrace it. And that's basically my story, and I'm sticking to it. As I said, I've got prompts that I'd love to send to all of you. If you send an email to Daniel at Bogan Homes. Daniel, if you're still here, if you could add that once again to the chat, we will get that out to all of you. And if you want to learn more about REIGNation and what I'm doing with this, we are actually expanding and growing and doing many different topics. We've had Dottie Herman, who is, according to Forbes magazine, the #1 self-made woman in real estate in America. I've had Bruce Toll, the founder of Toll Brothers. I'm speaking to various thought leaders on different levels. Certainly, I've got a bias towards real estate. That is what the core group is all about, but we are expanding into a variety of other topics that are absolutely applicable. And I would be keen to speak to all of you about what this is all about. Any other thoughts or comments or anything before it's going to be 12:45 in just a minute. So I do want to give everyone a chance to get back from lunch and do their thing. Anyone? Ferris Bueller? No, it doesn't work. Maybe. Okay, guys. Well, listen, it was a pleasure to have all of you here. For those that are REIGnations and Rainmaker people, our next meeting is going to be 9 a.m. on Wednesday. That's Eastern Standard Time. We will have another meeting to give the Californians a break about a week later at noon. And I am working very hard at getting various speakers and other folks in for this. If you have ideas, please let me know. If you thought the meeting was great, please let me know. If you thought it sucked, fuck you. I'm kidding. I just want to see if you're listening. No, but I would appreciate your feedback either way, even good or bad. And thank you so much for coming. And I hope to see all of you at another event of REIGnations. Thank you.
Hey, Ed.
Yes, Scott.
So where do we go for REIGnation?
Send an email to Daniel Logan Holmes. We've got a private Facebook group. Everyone that joins, I want to speak with them one-on-one, find out what the business is and set the expectations. This is really an evolving service where my bias and my primary focus is people in real estate, but I'm expanding beyond that. And I just want to make sure that everyone knows what this can and cannot deliver. I will always have other events that will pop up for people to come. And Jonathan Mast, I'd love to catch up with you at some point. That's, he's started a really interesting Facebook group. He gets it. I think wicked cool. So, and he's got a white beard, which I think is really neat too. So that's got all that going on. Any other questions? Again, Daniel@bogenhomes.com, BOGEN homes.com, and we will get the stuff out to you. Okay, guys.
That's awesome. This environment's awesome. I love it. Good collaboration.
REIGnation is a great group.
Linda, thank you. I didn't pay her anything.
It's fantastic. Thank you, Edmund.
Thanks, guys. Take care, everybody. Bye.